spin. Let's go. I'm about to take you on a ride.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Greetings, Earthlings. Welcome to Grass Valley Podcast. My name is Ryan.
Hello, all you beautiful people. My name is Nathaniel.
And ladies and gentlemen, today's topic is about keeping it real. So, what's keeping it real? Let's see here. Before we get into our podcast on keeping it real, I'm just going to read off this. We'll
do a little grounding.
What does keeping it real mean? It says, it means to be without pretension. If you're keeping it real, you're being honest and don't care about saving face or other fake things like that. You are honest about things like not having enough money to impress people by making them think you're rich or even acknowledging that at all.
Yeah, it's some real shit right there.
It's uncomfortable sometimes, but facing that reality that so many people like to hide from be pretending to be okay or something else just to not show who they actually are is what it's all about. Let's see here. Being fake. Being fake means acting inauthentically, pretending to be someone you're not, or presenting a false version of yourself, often to deceive, gain approval, or fit in, characterized by actions not matching words, insecure behavior, manipulation, and a lack of genuine emotion or belief, creating shallow or one-sided relationships. It's about presenting a facade rather than being true to your actual character, beliefs, or feelings, sometimes driven by insecurity or social pressure. So, Nathaniel, what do you think about keeping it real or being fake? And that kind of goes along with integrity, right?
Oh, yeah, man. Integrity, just being honest. First of all, I think it's really hard. That's a human condition, is to struggle against all of that because it's sometimes more comfortable to be fake in a way, telling a story about who you're not to people. And, you want to tell a story that is just making it look like you're a superhuman or some kind of movie star, and it's just like that's not
praise.
Real. Yeah, to get praise, but it's also to just make yourself feel better because you're so insecure. And I think everyone does it at different levels.
Yeah.
Just not having enough money, not being as good looking as you think you should be, not being in fit, in shape. There's all sorts of different things that make you want to present to the world something that you're not. And it's really hard to, I've lied in my life plenty of times to just, make people think I'm someone I'm not. I was married for 10 years and I lied all the time to my ex-wife about smoking weed. I'd be like, no, I wasn't smoking weed with my friends. And it's just like, that's the easy way out. And you're trying to present this story. That's what it is. You're trying to tell this story of someone who's fake and a non-reality. And when you tell someone a non-reality, you're just doing a huge injustice to them in the world.
Totally. I agree. Yeah, it's kind of like, people hate when they get called out on, the truth or whatever. And you can tell, you notice that as soon as you do call somebody out, there's the people that will just immediately try to find something or come up with something in the past, or there's nothing relevant to the matter at hand or the situation right then. Just come out of the woodworks with something in the past that you did and be like, well, you just find anything they can to steer away from the truth or what's wrong.
But what about this?
Yeah, what about this? Take the whole focus off of the problem at hand or whatever the situation may be, and bring up something else. No matter what it is, it's like a battle. Someone that doesn't like to be wrong.
Yeah.
You don't like to be wrong. A lot of people have that.
Some of my worst habits kind of related to this are little white lies. Like even when I was a little kid, I was the worst one out of me and my brothers, where I would just tell little lies that didn't hurt anyone but had no point. Like, why am I fibbing this make-believe reality? And I carried it into adulthood, and I'm noticing every time I tell a little white lie nowadays, it comes back and bites me in the ass.
Totally.
And it grows.
And
It grows and grows.
A lot of people, though, use white lies or stuff like that as defense mechanisms.
Totally.
And as protection, to protect themselves from certain things that aren't really honest or honorable. It's like surviving a world full of evil people and corrupt people. You learn survival skills to, blend in or maneuver through all the scandalous behavior, the scandalous stuff going on, and so. Because when you start to do good, or you're doing good, or you're doing well, or you're honest and you're doing the right things, it gets harder and harder because then you notice the more people around you that aren't doing that with you.
Yeah.
And, that can be hard, but keeping it real is hard. For some people, it's hard to keep it real.
For me, it involves setting boundaries, and that's super hard for me to do, and it's uncomfortable for me to do with people. So that's where it comes in, where I'll tell a fib rather than having to set a boundary with someone.
Yeah, to avoid confrontation.
Exactly.
To
not hurt their feelings.
Lately I've been doing, and I'm guilty of this, lately I've been doing a lot of I wouldn't say white lies, but okay, I guess you could say white lies. Like this crazy guy at the park the other day, come up to me with craziness, and I'm not having that in my life, but you're still going to go through the world and have to deal with people. And so when I dealt with it, it's like, hey, I got to go. My daughter is in the park, whatever. I didn't have to walk away at that moment, but I used something else or an excuse to politely decline or politely walk away from a matter, so in a way, I'm manipulating a situation. I'm lying and it's a defense mechanism. It's a survival skill that people use. And no, it's not right to lie. No, it's not right to be fake. But that does play a role in this life we live, There's so many people out there being dishonest or cheating and getting away with it, and then other people see it, and then they play a role in doing a similar thing or fighting back in the system somehow with cheating, lying.
And that's the easy way.
Yeah, there's the easy way. So for example, doing the right thing, keeping it real, being honorable and honest, telling the truth, those things can be hard to do. Therefore, there's things that go with that, like confrontation or people not knowing how to defend themselves, or being scared of confrontation or what people will think. Following the crowd.
And I do it to my higher self, or my higher self does it to me, where I'm like, I don't want to admit that just the fact, I live on my parents' property right now. I don't have a job. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have any money. So that's a lot right there that I have to look at myself with. But then I've also done a lot in my life and blah, 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 blah. So I can't, be hard on myself, but I don't want to be sitting in la la land.
You have to truly look at every bit of it, both sides, which both sides make up your life. It's all in one. And so when you can keep it real and get to a point where your reality is reality, and you know what I mean? You get in the habit of keeping it real, it gets easier. It's not as hard for you to be honest or tell the truth or do the right thing. It gets easier and easier the more you do it, just like anything else, just like exercise. Getting into a better habit of keeping it real with your friends or your family. For example, being frank versus flattering, the whole story, I always use this for example, there's a group of girls getting ready to go out for the night, and there's the one girl that comes out and says, "Hey, how do I look?" And there's the friend that the friends that go, "Oh, you look great," blah blah blah, and they turn their back, putting on their makeup, like, "Oh my God, she looks horrible. She's definitely not going to get a date tonight." Blah 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 blah. And then there's the one friend that goes up to her and goes, "Girl, you better take that shit the fuck off. You look that dress is horrible.
You look kabuki."
Being frank or flattering. Now those flattering friends are damaging because they are fake and they go, "Hey," and they're leading their friend astray. Like they're setting their friend up for failure.
Totally.
Like you were just mentioning, Nathaniel, being damaging to the world by being that way, versus the friend that was real to her, and she changes her clothes and then puts on something different. And at the end of the night, the results, she had guys looking at her, whatever, you know what I mean? And that friend kept it real, saved her butt.
Yeah, and this is a really good example, just because I think it also illustrates so there's not just two sides to it. There's the other side of, the good girlfriend who's telling you, "Hey girl, you need to put something else on. You look like trash."
Like a slut or something.
But the two sides to that is you can be nice about it or you can be a dick about it.
Yeah, and sometimes either way, you're going to hurt someone's feelings.
Yeah.
But, and somebody might take that as you're an asshole. But you know what? You were genuinely trying to be honest, and sometimes honest people with no filter, keeping it real, telling the truth, come off as assholes.
Yeah.
And they, because people are very sensitive.
Yeah.
And so, yes, kindness is very important. Kindness is key. And keeping it real is so important because, like you said, Nate, in every little aspect, it's damaging to our world, to people. If you're a leader, if you're the president, all the things.
Yeah,
there's teachers, all that. Just
lying and stealing, and it's
lying, stealing, cheating, deceiving.
There's a reason why it's the easy way out, and they call it the easy way out. It's just there is something there that's you want to take it. You want to take it right now and not work for it.
Yeah.
And there's something to working for something that brings you joy.
Oh, heck yeah.
And taking something brings you just misery.
Well, I want to commend you, Nathaniel, son. Just you're very open and vulnerable to that. And I would like to say for sure, you're one of the people I know that keeps it very real. So real, but for the listeners listening, they can learn that from you because the way you do it is with kindness.
Yeah,
you keep it real. You're a perfect example of keeping it real and telling. And you do need to work on the sticking up for but I also being reserved can be damaging too. Not speaking your mind, not sticking up to people, not saying what's on your mind could be more damaging to yourself than others.
And then the yin yang to that,
being damaging to others as well.
But I also don't want to take it personally, and I want to hear the criticism from other people without taking offense to it. And that I feel like I've gotten a lot better at that recently.
Well, that's why I brought it up, is I'm really proud of you, ladies and gentlemen. We've been very, very vulnerable on this podcast. I'm sure there's another word for that, but maybe just keeping it real. But right before we got on this podcast, me and Nathaniel are bros, and we don't fight or butt heads or nothing, but we have before a few times, which made us closer because of that, keeping it real.
You also
to each
give
other.
me some raw advice.
Yeah, but keeping it real to each other, we're able to continue to grow into a relationship. Like before we got on, I was like, "Hold on, Nate, this and that. We want to." But I'm just proud of you.
I was a little sleepy.
It doesn't matter. I'm proud of you how you dealt with it versus giving up, going, "I can't do this today," or whatever. I'm proud of you for hearing me through what I was getting at in that little situation. And dude, kudos to us. We just broed down.
Yeah,
we just got through it. Now, if more people could do stuff like that, and we didn't get into it, ladies and gentlemen. We were just starting out with something.
Yeah, no,
it was a little frustrating at first, but then but I'm just proud of Nathaniel for doing that. And I'm using this as an example because if you can get in the habit of keeping it real, having integrity, being honest with your people, your family, your friends, and coworkers, et cetera, then it gets easier. It gets more easier, and then you get in a better habit of being able to communicate with people. And then once you do, communication is key. I mean, telling the truth, setting free. If you can have a communication line with somebody and you approach them properly, you can get through to them, and you don't have to be fake. You don't have to be a liar. You don't have to have white lies.
And it's a two-way street. Try to hear that person if they're
Totally,
being real.
totally.
Because, like, little story here, when you came over to my house a couple of days ago, you were being real with me, and we were just talking about some real stuff. And you're like, I got this little, like, spiritual altar with some pictures in my room. You're just like, man, you should just put that in your closet if you're just not gonna, if you're gonna be a duck and just be sitting here. And, like, I could have taken offense to that for sure, but I didn't. And that night, or last night, I sat down and I prayed and meditated for half an hour for the first time in front of those pictures.
Good for you, bro.
Just because,
yeah,
I was like, Ryan, you're right, man. Like, I might as well put that shit away if I'm not going to use it.
Yeah, totally. Totally,
So
Nate.
thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome, brother. But you know what, though?
But some people would be like, nah, man. Like,
Well, here, listen.
they
Can I
can't
say,
take criticism.
how about this? Let's talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. I am totally guilty of keeping it too real sometimes. So like I got to tone it down a notch. So like, if you're one of those people out there that straight up keeps it 1,000, you know, and not just 100, you keep it 1,000, tone it down a notch, because not everybody's on your level. Like me, I realize that I have to, I'm doing some serious watching myself. Like, you know, and what makes me think about it is my mom never really hit me as a kid or nothing like that. But she said one day driving down the road, she remembers screaming and yelling at me and saying something to me, and just hearing herself, like out of body situation where she heard herself. And then she said, and then she never talked to me like that ever again. But it's the only thing I can think of to relate to. I've been getting out of myself and hearing myself, listening to myself, and realizing that, yeah, dude, I can keep it. Now I need to learn how to, when I think the word would be approach people better. When I keeping it real, learn how to, and I'm proud of myself. I've totally applied it into my life, and so many different things that are new to me, like I'm speaking on, are getting better, more comfortable than the uncomfortable new, the new way of being, doing the right thing when you're used to not necessarily doing the wrong thing, but, you know, just for example, me starting out with the new life, sober, getting rid of toxic people, making boundaries, exercise, better eating healthy, all these things that I start to do, right? It's like,
I can see it in your eyes, man.
yeah, but it's hard but my point is, ladies and gentlemen, it gets easier once you quit drinking or quit bad friends or quit things or start new things, and you're alone, you're lonely, or there's voids, there's emptiness, there's gaps that need to be filled. And once you start to fill them with positive things, or once you start to latch on to the right thing, to have integrity, doing the right thing when no one's looking, doing the right thing, and not having to video it or post it or show off that you did the right thing. Just getting in the habit of doing the right thing, because that's the way to be, and not worrying about what other people are doing or how they're behaving or acting. Just kind of keeping your side of the street clean.
Posting it, or just like that aspect of, you know, like seeking God in secret.
Yeah,
is like an interesting concept.
Yeah,
you know,
go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, you don't need to like go up to the top of the mountain and be like, oh my gosh, you know, look how cool this is. Look what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. That just makes people turned off and think you're crazy.
Yeah. Oh, dude, fake people are so phony. Like, you know, you can spot them a mile away. But I want to say something real quick, just while it's on my mind. And it's kind of off topic, but it'll blend in. And, you know, ladies and gentlemen, I see a lot of you. I mean, all of us out here, you're watching these actors and actresses or these comedians on TV saying the most foul shit ever, right? And you laugh at it, and they're rich, they're famous, they're celebrities, whatever, and it's okay. It's okay. It's completely okay. But if I say the F word or make a joke or post something silly or whatever, I get condemned, and people run their mouth and this and that. It's like, you know what? Hold up. Even broke, poor nobodies like myself, we can have fun too. We can be funny too. We can have a good time, make a joke too. just because I don't have money, I'm not rich and famous, doesn't mean that I'm not human and still live life and do the same similar things. I was just watching that, we were just listening to the Joe Rogan podcast with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon on it. And those two actors right there, they keep it real. Those are some real human beings.
I never knew I liked them so much.
But they are also actors, rich, famous, this and that, but very down to earth, humble people, and I commend them. I shouts out to those guys because look, just because I'm broke and I'm poor and I, whatever, doesn't mean that I'm not allowed to be funny or silly or have a good time. As long as I'm not hurting anyone or like even as long as I'm not offending or hurting anybody, then basically it comes to a point where you're just hating on me having a good time or dancing or making a joke or being silly.
You should be able to offend people.
Well, I'm not out to offend people, but if I do offend people by being silly, making a joke, or having fun, I know what offensive is. I know what disrespectful is, and I know what just being me is. I have a comedian side, ladies and gentlemen, that's just like Dave Chappelle or any other comedian. And you know what? I might not have made it to Netflix or none of that, but that doesn't mean I don't have that comedian side, and it's a part of my life.
Or that doesn't mean that you won't someday make it to Netflix.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's the thing is people like me that keep it real. We're not focused on that. We're going to just keep keeping it real. If someone picks me up and then good, because I'm tired of being broke. I would love some money for having a good time, for doing what I love. And I've upgraded a lot, meaning it says it in the Bible. It says when we're children, we do childish things. When we become adults, we put childish things away or whatever. I've done putting a lot of childish, stupid things away, but that comedian side will still surface. I'll still bust out with an F word maybe, and that's okay.
Well, that's what we need more than anything in this world right now. Just as much as we need good food, we need good comedy.
Well, I was listening to their podcast, and they were cussing and using the F word a lot, and I was like, wow, everybody loves Matt Damon and Ben Affleck and will go watch their movies and this and that. But if I just, old broke, old poor, nobody Ryan gets judged, you know? So I'd like to see how you treat me if I was rich and famous, and then the followers and the whole crowd of the sheep that's just what people do. It's like, and it all blends in with keeping it real, keeping it fake, being brave. Just be brave. I think bravery has a lot to do with keeping it real.
Well, and I think the big pushback against the last 10 years of cancel culture, I think we're starting to slowly move in a better direction where we got we got Kill Tony and we got all these amazing, mostly because of Kill Tony, all these amazing comedians coming out of the woodworks. And, like you were talking about Cam Patterson going on SNL. And it's just, I feel like there's really something going on in the comedy scene right now. And if there's anyone who's tuned into it, I think you'd probably agree with me. And I think it's totally needs to be underscored that this is what our country and this is what the world needs most right now, is everyone to chill out a little bit, laugh a lot more, and be a whole lot less serious about everything in this. We got to stick up for the small man, but also just stop being so fucking serious.
Yeah, totally, man. It's just disgusting online right now. Look, I find I'm having a hard time lately with so I'm just keeping my mouth shut a lot because, I've done so many things in life to, mistakes, whatnot, to where now just trying to live a positive, better life or whatever, it's hard for me to say anything to anybody because I might have made that mistake before, whatever I'm trying to talk to somebody about.
Yeah.
So it's like, but, I've been guilty of being a jackass on Facebook or posting stupid shit back when I was a drunk or whatever. And I've even post silly shit here and there, and anyways, but it's like hard for me to sit here and go, man, all these people, what they're doing and posting. But you know what? You got to start somewhere. Like I'm latching on to my new wholesome life, and I am noticing
just being
the
aware.
Negative. I'm aware, the awareness of that I have, especially being sober. But the awareness I have of toxic people and what they're doing. Like for example, there's somebody online that talks about peaceful this that talks about love or talks about all this good stuff, and then says fuck the world and hell Satan and blah blah blah. So it's just total big contradiction, and it just
unfortunately you have to really try really hard to get positivity out of social media, but it can be done, but it's tough. Like,
but I have to. It's not. But my point is like and these are my friends.
yeah,
These are my friends I'm talking about. So like, I'm almost about to block some more friends because that stuff is toxic to me, and I'm on a new path. So if I'm on a new path and I keep latching on to looking at it or watching it, it infects my day. I'd rather focus on something other than that. But then again, I still see it, and
yeah.
I don't. For example, I don't want to throw my friends in the trash.
No.
I kind of want to give them. I kind of want to just keep quiet, keep to myself, and let people learn, and just continue to do me, continue to stay in my lane and do positive things. And for those of you that think I started some positive podcast and this is some kind of, what is it, facade or some kind of like, but really I'm a different person. No, I am on this positive hype 100%, meaning love, peace, community, good things. I'm trying to fill my life with good things. So
Same here.
I know it, Nate. And I'm just saying, for those that think that this is a joke, this podcast is not a joke for a second. This is a community podcast. We're trying to spread love and peace and help people and help
Help ourselves by being vulnerable.
Yeah, help each other, stick together, be a community, get along, have some peace. I'm not trying to have people on our podcast that want to quarrel, talk shit about other people, or it's not a platform to come on and, it's not like I'm going to sit here and be fake or phony and not talk about the things that need to be talked about. But this isn't a platform to just come on and bag on anybody or have a fight or a quarrel. We're trying to solve solutions to fights and problems, not create them. So if you're all about creating problems and drama online and this and that and blah, 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 I'm just going to stay quiet and love you from afar, pray for you, whatever. Just because if I don't, then I get into it and then I get irritated. And I did. I went, instead of getting mad or saying anything to these people, I just watched it, looked at it and went, wow, that's not too peaceful there, bud. That's not like what you were saying earlier. And all these people that say go fuck the world or go fuck are the same people that get the GoFundMe money that the world helped them with. Like try and be a little more positive, especially if you portray yourself to be a positive person.
Yeah, like the monks walking with the dog.
Oh my God, I love it. I just love.
I saw a video yesterday.
The next dog that I get, which I'm not getting any more dogs anytime soon, but the next dog I get I'm naming it that.
I want to get that breed. I don't know what type of breed that is.
It's like not even like a breed.
It's like a mountain dog.
Yeah, it's not a breed. It's just a dog. Somebody kept saying that to me too.
No, I'm not talking about the name. I'm just talking about the look of the dog.
Yeah, no, it's just a dog. Like it's mixed. You'll never know. You just take a guess. It's a mutt. But
it's just a dog.
I'm trying to find its name. I had it. Anyways, the peace dog.
And I was gonna say I've caught myself 3 or 4 times in the last month where I'm gonna go on Facebook and I'm gonna write this big old long rant basically about how I feel about this A or B topic, and
you get clowned.
Well, and also who do I think I am that I think people should care about what I have to say?
Well, freedom of speech is amazing. And look, there's so much. We got to have a balance, dude. There's this and there's that, right? Both things exist.
Yeah.
All these things that exist in our world, ladies and gentlemen, you must find out with the bad, in with the good, or a balance between the two. And
we got to come together.
Yeah. Discernment, choose your battles, like sit down, figure it out. Like
we're all way more similar than
Aloka.
Aloka. Yeah.
I think, Aloka the peace dog. I'm going to name my next dog Aloka. I love that name.
Yeah, that's
Aloka.
So cool. That's rad, man.
But yeah, so just like you were saying, Nate, it's like, it's very damaging. So that this topic, keeping it real, keep it real, be honest, tell the truth, quit leading people astray, quit lying to the people. Oh, it goes with all the way from the top to the bottom. And, look at all the people arguing. Look at all of the Americans arguing, like that are supposed to be brothers and sisters and friends, and just they're all worked up about this and that. Look, the things that some people are saying, it's like whoa, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, dude. I'm pretty sure like this has nothing to do with you. And then when someone says it has everything to do with all of us, they're right too.
Yeah.
But
And they both have equal right to give their opinion.
yeah. And look, I'm tired of hearing, I do not want to, I don't do politics.
Yeah.
I'll listen, I'll pay attention, I'll observe, I'll watch, I like to know what this person's about, what this person's about, what this person's about. But to me, it's really sad because I don't feel like I have a say or a vote.
Yeah.
I feel like that has been stripped from us. I don't
It is.
feel like we the people get a say. So but then again, you still have to try. If there is any hope left, you keep trying or you give up. If we all give up, then it's really defeated and gone. But
Yeah.
like at the same time, I just don't do the politics and get all crazy into it because look, I'm an American.
It'll drive you crazy.
Well, yeah, I'm an American and it's not about being divided and being red and blue because that to me, literally liberals and Democrats or whatever, like Republicans, Democrats, red and blue, all it reminds me of is Bloods and Crips shooting at each other.
Totally.
It just reminds me of gang members, and that's all it is.
Same
to me.
colors too.
Same exact colors. You guys are straight gang members.
Yeah.
If you're, and I mean that, like some people are wise and educated on what a Republican means and what a Democrat means. And I would like to say I'm a little bit of both, but at the same time, I believe in a little bit of both of each, but that's what it means to be an American. None of us are all just one thing. You have to you go to the same grocery store as the hippie vegan.
Yeah.
You meat eater, you fucking fruit, vegetable eating vegan, you go to the same grocery store that the meat eater goes to. You guys do not have to, you don't have to eat meat and you don't have to eat vegetables, but shut the fuck up about your little gang war between each other. It's so fucking silly. It's a gang war. It's
so
all
stupid.
gangster. You're all a bunch of gangsters.
And this is why I
Wannabe gangsters.
I don't ever want to go.
You're a coward and a wannabe gangster. Sorry, Nate.
Yeah. No, it's good. It gave me a little more time to think about what I was going to say. And I don't want to go to any protest or demonstration unless it's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I want equal Democrats and Republicans and no one like you and me who aren't either.
And what is the solution? What's the topic? Like we're talking about keeping it real. What is the topic? We're not here to argue, ladies and gentlemen. What is the problem? Now let's talk about the solution. And then let's press the button on the solution. And then, plant that seed, water it, watch it grow.
Yeah.
It's real simple. Everybody, and then we're all up against a really big system too.
Yeah.
So we are up against a very big system, a machine that works 24 hours, doesn't sleep, especially now with all the robot AI and this and that.
Yeah, dude.
By the way, fuck AI. I get it. Like the only AI I use is just these silly little videos of me turning me into an owl, and that's the most.
And you would never hire a 3D programmer to do that
dude.
for you.
Hell
so
no.
you're
So
not taking any jobs.
Nah, and I just recently started making little silly videos without AI. Going back to my little dumbass, go ahead, clown me, make fun of me. Say what you must say. It doesn't affect me. Like, hi, I'm Ryan Doty, and I love music, comedy, art, food, this, that. I'm a human. I eat food and drink water just like you. And dude, life can be beautiful. And I'm not a hater. And I have my little things. You guys have your things. I'm not out here talking shit about your things or talking shit about your little.
It's almost like we need
hobbies and stuff.
It's almost like we need to be invaded by aliens for us to come together.
Oh wow, that's a big one, man.
I don't know what else would do it.
Greetings, Earthlings.
There's just so much hatred and war in the world still.
It's disgusting. And if there was a God or whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah, like it'd be like, hey, these dumb little bugs did not learn from the flood. These bugs don't learn from Jesus. These bugs don't learn from the. Hey, let's bring the dinosaurs back. You know?
Dude.
Let's just bring the fucking dinosaurs
See
back.
how they like that.
Yeah, and giants. Bring back Bigfoot and giant.
Cyclops.
Yeah, dude, no joke. Anyways, dude, it's real simple, ladies. Can we please just keep it real? Try to keep it real. Like, don't be such a phony ass, coward, fake ass, liar, deceitful,
Stand up
phony.
for compassion and truth.
Keep it real. Go get a therapist. Start with yourself. Okay, if you can't keep it real with yourself, of course you couldn't keep it real with anybody else. If you can't
Yeah.
even see your problems, like if you're in denial, if you are in denial and you don't even see that you're phony and you're arguing, you just like to argue, you are just a mess, stay away from me, because I truly do believe in I can have a better life with more boundaries. Just the more I focus, have boundaries of no, I'm not letting you into my toxic. I see it with people. People are doing it out there.
Denial's an interesting word.
I don't envy them. I'm not jealous of them. I'm learning from them.
Yeah, I was in denial a lot in my 20s, which is fair. I got to have compassion for myself because I was in my 20s in a hard world, in the rat race and all that. But I was in denial that I was lying to my ex-wife about smoking weed every day. And I somehow, like, my brain flipped some weird switch after working out that denial muscle where I was finally I ended up being so numb to it eventually that I didn't feel guilty anymore.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I've got there. I'm embarrassed to say it. I've totally got there, bro, to where, dude, a kid like me, like being a kid, like what I've been through in my whole life, like I have so many defense mechanisms, and I didn't even realize how bad they were. To what, like you said, you got numb. Like, dude, I created this mutant power a shield around me, and it's like that's when you lie to yourself. You tell yourself that's when you believe it yourself. It's like a kid who has an imaginary friend that protects you your whole life. You know, it's like that.
No, you're doing really good, man. You are tuning into your higher self, looking down at your self, and just like
It's powerful.
Yeah, you got super frustrated last night. Was that last night or the night before?
Yeah.
And you apologized to me the next day, but it wasn't directed at me at all, and I was fine. But I appreciate you.
I know it wasn't directed at you, and I'll just tell the listeners, like, we got the studio out here in my living room. We're working on songs and stuff, and I got this beat that I made, and and then we just added some saxophone, and I finally worked on this song and got it dialed in, and then Nate was ready to go on to his thing or whatever, or record some more guitar to it and maybe some saxophone, and then we clicked over the buttons, and I spilled my water, and it spilled towards my laptop. So I had to pick it up, get a towel, and then something happened in my beat, and the beat was gone. Like what I did to the beat was gone. It disappeared, and I was livid. And no, I was not directing it towards you, but I was just like, oh, this see, take my happiness. You see me happy, and you just want to steal it. Like everything, anything I do, you just want to steal my happiness. I'm so stoked and proud of this beat, ladies and gentlemen.
And it's a MacBook, so I was useless. I was like, I don't know how to use this.
Well, anyways, chased Nate off. He went home, and I was left here to stew on figuring out. But I breathed it through, ladies and gentlemen, and I went in there, and I ended up finding those little pieces. I found the beat thing, or my little loops, and then I grabbed them, brought them back, and then I found another one, and I made it 10 times better than it already was. So I pushed through that mistake or whatever, but the next morning I had to apologize to Nate, and you know what, it's getting easier, because the next time, ladies and gentlemen, I won't even act like that. I'll think through it. The more you focus on how you're acting and how you're being around other people, being considerate of others. Like I told him, hey Nate, I just wanted to apologize, and he's like, oh, it wasn't towards me, and I was like, yeah, but I'm working on that, and I didn't. That was just how I'm dealing with things and whatnot. And
it made me a little happy because it just made me like, you're really thinking about yourself and being introspective.
I was thinking about you.
No, I know. No, I mean thinking about yourself in a good way.
Yeah.
Like you're thinking about your actions and how they affect other people, and like that's some.
Yeah, I'm intense.
That's some real man shit. That's what real men do.
Exactly, and it's intent, and I am
and
intense.
Women.
So when people there's a few comments some people made or person made, but like I said, if people think that this positive podcast that I'm doing is fake or a facade or any of that shit, you're so wrong. But yeah, that does not mean, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm not a human being and I don't have emotions of frustration or anger or hurt or pain, or people hurt you. You know, people. I have feelings just like anybody else, And I'm not perfect. I am a human, and I do make mistakes, and so do you, and we all do. And yeah, I get angry. I've had recent situations with people where I had to cuss them out and tell them, you know, this and that, and then come back down and be like, whoa, I lost my cool on you. Instead of losing my cool on the next person, and then that same person, I just go, you know what? You got to me. You did. I admitted it. I got to it. I said, you got to me.
Yeah.
You really did. I help you. I've never done anything wrong to you, and then you snake me and I let you get to me, and I'm not going to let you get to me. I forgive you. Whatever this mess is, let's just say it's my fault. And I'll walk away like that. I'm not blaming you or pointing fingers, but I'm out. I choose to politely decline this toxic hate or whatever.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we're humans, ladies and gentlemen. We fall, we stumble, we fall. We let people get us mad. Sometimes they get a reaction out of us. Sometimes we slip up and feed into it and then embarrass ourselves. And, you know,
Yeah, I'm really proud of myself for doing really well in my life right now, but I'm also worried because I'm in a situation where I don't have much that makes me push my button. Nothing's pushing my buttons right now. I have a pretty cushy life, so I'm wondering once I get another girlfriend, if I'm going to learn, I really need to learn from my past mistakes when it was harder a few years ago, and I'd really have someone pushing my buttons all the time.
see, that's the thing, is that's your life lesson, is that's not how it's going to work or how it should work. You don't deserve another girlfriend. You need to do that on your own now.
Yeah.
Because you need to do that on your own.
Well, that's what I'm nervous about.
Not like you need a girlfriend to make you that better person. Now, I know what you mean, because totally, dude. I want a real good, wholesome lady, a woman in my life, like a queen, someone that just loves me. I love her, holds me accountable, someone that you look forward to coming home to after work, whatnot. But that ain't happening anytime soon, because I have to work on me.
Yeah.
That person's not supposed to be the one that fixes me or solves me or my problems. I need to do that. That's not their responsibility. And that person doesn't even exist yet until that happens. So, and you know what? You're just mentioning that stuff because you don't have anybody holding you accountable. At least you admitted it, though. You see it. For example, I've been lenient with you, and like I don't want to stress you out or put too much on you, but I think a lot of things that I want to say to you. Mm-hmm. And it's not like I'm being fake or phony and don't say them. I'm trying to be gentle. I know that you could be sensitive at times with how, so like people are different. Like I'm learning how to communicate with Nate. Everybody has a different language or communication line or love language or whatever you want to call it.
For sure.
And so, yeah, just by you saying that, get ready. 'Cause now I am going to be saying more things to you, like, because you do live rent free, and you are out on this hill, like I feel like you're hibernating, but you are doing really good, bro, because that hibernation is a way of healing, self-healing and peace. But then there's a bad side to it, like my dad getting recluse, being stuck, and you're not, you were kind of missing some episodes too. And I think the more you are active, like when you went kayaking the other day, and we're just using each other as examples for people, like, and that's what's cool about us, is we're open, we allow people to learn from us in our lives, open, like an open wound. Like, you went kayaking, bro, and I saw the energy in you, the smile in you. I mean, just like when you caught me at the grocery store, you were driving by and I was getting out of your truck and you were in your dad's truck and you're all, "What's up, neighbor?"
Yeah.
You were just bright and cheery. You just came from Mother Nature kayaking on a lake.
Yeah.
And you're stuck out here. You need to do more of getting out of your cave.
Well, and the problem
and
is
your head.
Part of the problem is I love it so much out here.
It doesn't matter. You can love. See, you're lucky. I do too. But I could love this until it's foreclosed.
Yeah.
You don't have that. You have your parents. You could love it until you do get to turn to 50 with no wife, no kids.
Yeah. And I had a wife for 10 years, and
that's
like,
irrelevant.
No, I know.
I'm saying that you're going to stay that way until you decide, and this is for the listeners, like people are going to stay in that cave hibernating until it's too late.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Mm-hmm. My dad, too late. Now he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
The only people taking care of him is me or my brother.
Yeah. No, I don't want to get there.
And if you don't have kids to take care of you.
Yeah, well, what's going to happen to me when my parents pass away?
Exactly.
You know?
So what I'm saying, Nate, is take that as a fire and light it under your ass, because I'm your brother and I love you and I care. So I'm sitting here telling Nathaniel stuff that might not be comfortable to him, but he's a badass. He's strong, he's smart, he's intelligent. He knows all these things, and we'll use these examples as we live for others to learn by. And you got to get out of your cave. You got to, dude, it says it in the Bible, the foolish man, the lazy man or whatever will sleep until he has no home or whatever.
Yeah, laziness. Laziness is one of the most demonic traits, I would say.
What do you mean?
It's one of the most evil things on earth is laziness. It just, you can
Explain.
because laziness stops you from becoming your true self, from working on yourself, just being a couch potato. It's one of the worst things you can do is just lay around all day watching TV.
Well, bro, you better stop being evil.
I know, right? No, at least, I mean, there's a big difference between me and I won't name names, but like, I am outside most of the day when I'm like in my cave, but I'm just hanging out by myself. And that's what he means by, in my cave. And I'm way too comfortable by myself, way too happy by myself. And I need to do the uncomfortable thing and really go out and meet new people, do some volunteer work, probably, go to AA, just keep doing good habits and get involved with the community and do all of that. So I just think it's super important to, always strive to get off the couch, stop watching so much YouTube, and just staying positive, So it's just really important.
All right. Yeah, Nathaniel, son. So basically, how about we're like having confidence in yourself. Confidence is something that people need to have to be able to communicate to people or
Step out of their comfort zone.
step out of your comfort zone. Like if you're content in life, and then it's going to be hard for you to want more, to go. For example, like people that have it like a trust fund, or people that's parents take care of them or whatever. Just like you don't have worries that other people have. You could that could be damaging to your life.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. Somewhat of a curse, I would argue.
Yeah.
Because it's a cushy life to have super support from your parents, but it makes it so you think you always have a backup plan, and it makes you not work as hard.
I know a lot of people that sit there living at their parents' house playing video games as grown adults. And I know you know of some of them.
Yeah.
And it's like when you don't have to do anything, or you have someone paying the bills and there's always food and this and that, it's like you're content. And
yeah, what's the word? Codependence is a big one.
Yeah.
So like my dad is totally codependent with his 3 boys, me being one of them, and his thing is like, well, now he finally makes enough money to like make us like support us if we need it. And we grew up poor pretty much. And now my dad's basically rich from, just growing the business his whole life and all that. But he can't help but try and support us monetarily because he feels like that's what a father should do. But it's really not, in a way, because it made a lot of us lazy and not go out and do the things that we should do to become men and support our own families, because we had daddy to lean back on.
yeah, and I'm really like, that's big of you to touch on that, because, for example, we've talked about this, you and I, just with your life or my life, and we both have had talks like, we're loving people. Like, I don't think I've ever had the right match or the right relationship ever. I've never had a good relationship. And, I want that. You want that. We talk about wanting,
partner.
a wife, and stuff like that. But bro, you'll never get there. I'll never get there. People will never get there in our situations until they, work on themselves, not just work on themselves, but become what you want. It's real simple. It's like
Blossom.
you become what you want. And then it comes. It's just, it's Mother Nature. It's like the law of attraction. You're going to reel in what, people might always get the wrong perspective about me. I know a lot of people that don't know me might look at me and go, oh, he's crazy, or he's tied up this and that. And they don't know that I'm like a total sweet, loving nature boy type kid that I have all these rattlesnake patterns on my skin and defense mechanisms. And some people got the wrong idea about me. But, so like I have to work extra hard, bro, to get out of this hole of my reputation. And then there's always going to the people that judge you or try to hold you back.
Well, and for people that know both of us, I think we're also such good friends because we're also really similar in a lot of ways, and we like a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah, being genuine, loving, kind, like the things that feel good, we're good people.
Well, and I'm a little more wild than people know, too.
Yeah, and I've seen that side of you, right? Nah.
Yeah.
Well, that's another reason why, sobriety plays a big role if you are trying to truly soul search.
Yeah, become something you want to become.
Yeah, our bodies are not meant for drugs and alcohol. There's all these fruits and vegetables and things that grow on this planet and things that we eat, even meat and protein, all this stuff. And drugs and alcohol are man-made things that this world provides for you. And that's when it comes back to the choice. We have a choice. You have a choice, and it's so hard because we all live in a world where the easier thing, like you were saying, to do the easier thing, grab some McDonald's because it's quick and fast, versus going to the store, going home, cooking a wholesome food.
I'm horrible at that, man. I'm not a horrible cook, but I'm lazy.
Well, the laziness, and it's hard too when you're just by yourself. Like when you have a family, a wife and kids, like where there's somebody helping stir something, or what do you guys want to make? Or this is going to be good to get you're both involved in like exciting and smelling the food cooking. You're like,
yeah, but
this
also
is
as a
good.
Single dad, you're probably hella tired, so it's also really hard.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, man. I feed my kids what they like, cook for them, and then I don't eat that good anymore. I don't have a woman cooking here for me, and I'm a cook, and I cook, but I don't cook a big meal that my kids aren't going to eat, that I'm going to eat my plate, and then there's a bunch wasted. Even making a smaller portions, it's just like I get.
You made some dank-ass dog food yesterday. I would have eaten it.
Oh, I cooked for I took like broccoli, just leftover broccoli, rice, this, that, grinded it all up with meat and some other stuff, and
It smelled hella good.
just cooked it a little bit. Well, and then I mixed it in with their dog food, and broccoli. What is it? Little carrots and just stuff that's good for them.
It's
in
like
their
that
belly.
farmer's dog, but you just make it yourself.
Yeah, and I don't always do that. But
it's
yeah,
good
I
for
love my dogs, and I don't believe in feeding them that cancer kibble bullshit.
No.
So I try my best to feed them good stuff.
Totally.
And I had a butcher for a while, but he's getting older, and through the winter he doesn't do much, but I usually go get a bunch of scraps for them.
Yeah.
Anyhow, but yeah, so the other night, okay, we're on this topic of keeping it real, or soul searching, or
Integrity,
self-help,
truth-telling.
integrity, being honest. And last night I was outside, and I was standing by my garage outside, and I was looking at my shadow, and it was a trip. My shadow, there was two of me, and then my dark shadow, and I was just tripping on that, and I'm like, whoa. And then I moved, and the shadow kind of moved, and I was like, it was like off balance, and it's like, man, I was just thinking of the whole two dogs thing, the whole balance, the whole two of me, this side of me, that side of me, or whatever, and coming together as one, finally being me, coming together as one, my shadow, myself, just instead of being split, getting along with myself. I'm finding the more kinder I am to myself, it's a trip. I'm actually starting to learn what this loving yourself means, because it's like the nicer I am to myself, just visualizing me being two people in one, it's like, whoa, like you're so nice to other people, but you're so mean to yourself.
Yeah.
And the more I'm like, start this self-talk and I'm nicer to myself, I realize it's true. When I do that, I'm actually way nicer to others too.
Yeah, totally.
It's a trip, and it's true and it's real, and you should try it, because
Makes me think about the other day. I was thinking about like if when we die, you still have consciousness, and you're like, you have this voice in your mind right now that says, oh, you should have done this when you're alive. Oh, you should have been nicer here. Oh, you could have been more blunt here. Blah, 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 blah. You have all that in your mind right now. And I think we might see all that when we die and be like, oh, here's where you did good. Here's where you did bad. A lot of near-death experiences say that people go through this, like kind of their life flashes before their eyes. But you have that flashing before your eyes if you want right now, because I can tell you everything that I've done bad and wrong.
Thank you, bro. I like that, because
so that's like that's how I think of my higher self, is that person who who is yourself. But when you're dead and you're like, oh, you should have done this, and that, but hey, good job on this and that.
Yeah. Well, see, me, I'm good at seeing that, like what you just said, but I'm going to do that now. I'm not going to wait till I'm dead. I want to start working on those things now while I'm alive.
Because really, then you're just sleeping.
Well, yeah, because some people believe that when you die, you keep coming back to this life until you fix things, or you'll keep living this life over until you figure it out what it is that you needed to. And it's like, well, I might as well just figure that out in this life now, because whatever's after this, maybe it's like a video game. I've been here so many times, or I beat this level before, and now I'm back. I want to beat the next level. I want to beat the game. I don't want to play games no more. I want to be free of this game. I'm tired.
Feel like
of
I
the game.
leveled up in a weird way yesterday, and people will think I'm super weird for saying this, but for the last year or 2 years, I've been just like practicing not killing bugs. And it's like when they annoy me or when they're in my house, I've been taking them out in cups and like a little piece of paper. And for the last about a month, I've had a pet black widow. And
don't get me started, bro. You know about my pet spider.
Yeah, but last night I finally I got it and took it outside, but I didn't kill it, and I was proud of myself, and I was scared, but then I took it across the property and put it in Ryan's bed.
People might think that I'm a straight weirdo, but I have to go outside now. I don't know how long it's been, but some people have seen me post videos of feeding my pet spider in the bathroom back there.
I've seen it in person.
Wolfgang is alive and well, ladies and gentlemen. And I go outside and I go to the waste management cans where I'll find these big old black, like horse flies, and I'll smack them, take their wings and their feet off, and then take them in there and put them right there on his plate. And he just runs out, grabs it, drains it, and then it's like,
see, that's purpose.
So now, no.
Circle of life.
No, we're getting to something. The word is, when you are enabling. I am enabling my spider of feeding himself and joining the world and participating.
Totally.
Just like you're talking about the parents thing, and it's like now he's dependent on me to feed him.
Yeah.
And that little sucker will come out this hungry all the time, and it's like, you ain't gonna catch none of these big ass flies in here, right? I go out there and get them for you, He wouldn't even be as big if it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
So our parents need being there. There's nothing wrong with having parents, because that's what being a good parent is being there for your kids, but you don't want to enable them. There's life lessons you want them to learn. And then you also need to protect them, provide for them. And there comes a point where if they've learned that, then it's okay with buying your kid a car or whatever. They've got that responsible way of thinking, but there's an enabling is real.
Yeah, because I can imagine I don't have kids, but I can imagine it could be very painful to see your kids fail and struggle and just want to help them as much as you can, but they need to learn those lessons themselves.
Yeah, and some people aren't meant for kids. Some people aren't meant to have kids because there's certain things they're learning still in their life, or or they don't have what it takes to raise that kid with what it would need.
Yeah. They're
And-
not healthy enough in their own mind.
Yeah,
Part
and
of it.
then because what will happen is that cycle will continue,
Yeah.
and then there will be more enabling, and you teach your kids, you hand down to them what you know, and so we got a lot of generational shit out there, people handing down bullshit,
Yeah.
and dumbing down Americans with no people skills, communication skills, confidence, integrity, honor, compassion, just empathy, being considerate, or skills of how to talk to different people. And these people are more difficult. These people are more easy. Just learning how to communicate and deal with all walks of life and still somehow getting along with each other because we all live together. It's
Yeah. Like learning to talk to your grandma versus the crazy homeless person.
yeah, totally.
It's a different conversation.
And it's not good to be recluse. It's not good to be recluse. And I feel like,
Unless you need it for a short time, but I've been doing it way too long.
Well, we talked about the whole being frank to your friends rather than flattering.
Mm-hmm.
So be a good friend to your friends and be frank with them. Don't have to be an asshole, but be honest with them because, it's like you're damaging them. But like, so me, I'll say more stuff to you. I don't, not to hurt your feelings or whatever, but I'll stay on you because when you make people think, those are the friends that care about you. They might be annoying. Like I might annoy you sometimes. Like I might text you and be like, "You awake yet?" And lately I've had to walk over to Nate's house, guys. Like I don't know if he's still sleeping or not, but it's 11. I'm like, okay, I'm not letting him sleep anymore. I'm going to go wake him up.
Hibernating.
Mm-hmm. But so how late do you stay up?
I don't know, maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah. So I'm a night owl. I am, and I love the night. I feel like when I had a family, when the kids and the whole family are sleeping in their beds, I feel the safest. It's like, everybody's safe. Mm-hmm. This is Dad's time to watch a TV show without interruption. I could focus on it, and I can't focus on shows when my family members are gone. I don't know where they are. My kids are somewhere else.
Yeah,
I'm just kind of like.
I'm almost like cozying into my contentment where I'm like, oh, I like have work. I went through so much shit in my 20s and early 30s that I'm just like,
you're taking a break.
Yeah, but I've been taking a break for a while now.
How old are you now?
I'm turning 40 in April.
Okay, so you're going to be 40 years old in April, and you said you want kids?
I would like kids.
You would like to have kids?
But I'm not going to cry myself to sleep if it doesn't happen.
Well, yeah, and that's something you don't just like worry about. That comes natural.
I got a bunch of great nieces and nephews.
So I would say, Nate, for people like you or others listening, make some goals for yourself and write them down at like grocery store lists and start living them. Be able to come over there by your computer, take your little list and of to-do stuff in your life, and then start to do them. And then it's really rewarding to take your pen and scratch them off.
Yeah.
And I don't mean doing this on your phone.
Yeah.
A lot of people are doing all these things on their phone, but that old-fashioned pen and paper, ladies and gentlemen, is something else. It's magical, and it is manifesting, it is creating, it is bringing to life, and it is helpful tool to remember what thought you had or what you're supposed to get done that day or whatever.
Yeah, ever since I've known you, I've always seen lists around your house.
That's how I survive. If I had a brain that remembered everything, but my hard drive is full, I have to take a lot of the stuff to the waste bin, to the trash.
Yeah.
Clear out a lot.
I am the same way, but I just don't have any responsibilities in my life right now, so I can space out on everything and it won't matter.
Yeah. Well, and letting go. Living a new life or trying to live a new life. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to let go.
Yeah.
You got to let go of those toxic or bad things. You got to let go of it.
Memories are hard to let go of for sure. Like I struggle with my ex-wife and my ex-girlfriend. We're just like missing them sometimes, but it's just like I need to live in the present and not worry about the things that
Do they already have new partners or whatever?
I'm so blocked off from them. I have no idea what they're doing.
Well, who would care? Why would you even care?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. Just curious, like a curiosity. Why would you care about
I kind of like not knowing, honestly.
Well, no, I'm saying missing them, or who cares
yeah.
what they're doing in life. Like,
know.
this is time for Nathaniel.
Yeah.
This is your time, Bubba.
Totally.
It's
There's
Nathaniel's time to rise up. You are an intelligent, amazing person, brother.
There's no reason to dwell on the past.
You got so many skills and talents, and you're just stuck not doing any the whole waste of talent. That's where you're at.
I'm just staring at the trees.
Yeah, you need to get out. Oh, look, just go do some music with Nick and them.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Totally.
You know.
And even and more over here. And
have you gone to the disc golf course lately either at all?
No.
Like, do you have any partners that you go disc golfing with?
I have my buddies from high school.
Well, if you don't, look, dude, I'll go disc golfing with you one of these days.
Yeah, dude.
Let's go discing.
See, the part of the laziness is my buddies from high school. They like to go to Penn Valley, and I like to go to Condon, but I should just drive down to Penn Valley.
We'll go wherever. It's fine.
Yeah. No, you're right, because that was my community in San Francisco, was the Golden Gate Park disc golf course.
Yeah. Do you want to tell the listeners about your poor drone and what happened? Let's hear it.
Yeah, so I thought I was cool, and I started off by I took the memory card for this podcast, and I flew it over to Ryan's house on my drone.
So because he was lazy and he didn't want to walk it over.
Yeah. And then we got a little cocky, and I was like, "Oh, the helicopters like have things tied to them, like rope with carrying shit around." So I was like, "Oh, I'll tie a little string to it and put a note in a plastic bag, in a gallon bag, and fly it over." And yeah,
it almost made it.
It almost made it, but then until it either caught the tree but I think the wash from the props sucked up the string or something.
What happened?
Ryan saw it.
I have it all on film. I could show everybody, but it comes flying over the trees, and then the string with the bag you had hanging started to wobble like this, and so it wobbled up into one of the propellers, and it went right into
the tree.
Yeah.
But then Ryan
So
came
is it
out
broken down?
No, I need to. No, it'll still fly, but it's missing a foot. I need to replace. So I just have to put a little rock underneath it so it's not cockeyed when it takes off.
I see my buddy out there, Robbie Riss, flying a drone, and he's getting some badass footage of the bridge and the rivers and all that shit. We should see if he wants to.
We should go out with him.
Yeah, collaborate.
That would be
on
fun.
Something. Shouts out to Robbie.
And that just reminds me of you said river, and I really want to do a lot of gold panning this summer.
So I just got invited. Okay, let's do it. Now listen.
Nice.
I've had numerous friends, and then a friend's dad, me and him were going to actually go looking into some gold mine or stuff on my property, and then I never heard back from him, but a lot of different, and then my other buddy, Ryan, just invited me to go get gold with him. And I'm totally in. I used to do it
with my uncle when I was a little kid.
So I'm going to start doing that all over, wherever, and collecting it in jars. And I'm going to collect it all up to make myself my gold chain. I'm going to collect my gold chain out of the Grass Valley. So that's my goal. Dude. And I don't need nothing more after that. That's the only... I just want a nice big gold chain. Oh, shouts out to Hansi Driscoll. He's out there making the most amazing jewelry pieces, rings, and
he's the skater.
Yes, professional skater. He's going to be coming on hopefully soon.
Nice.
We've been wanting to get him. Shouts out to Hans. He is how would you say jewelry maker? What is that called?
I think they're just
jeweler.
Jeweler.
So but he made Max's gold wedding ring for his wife.
Oh wow,
yeah.
That's cool.
He's killing it. Great job out there, bro.
Yeah, doing what you love and making stuff.
So anyways, I'll probably have to pick his brain when it comes time to the chain.
Yeah, dude.
But I got some gold to collect.
And I think you can, when it comes to panning, we can go anywhere on the Yuba outside the state park. And I think even in the state park, you can do it also.
And then Jeremiah Prince, he's out there getting gold all the time, killing it.
You should get a sluice box.
I'll have to pick his brain. Yeah. We see, I got the creek down there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about making one and doing it right there.
We should do that soon because it dries out a little bit.
We got to get a tractor and go through stuff too. We might find some real chunks.
Yeah, you saw me. I made my first tee box for my disc golf course, and that took me like 8 hours.
Good. See, but you were outside digging and picking up rocks.
30 seconds with a tractor.
Yeah, well, I need a tractor on my property for sure. I have a huge dirt bike track on my 20 acres right here.
And
it goes up over by my dad's house. It goes up to the top of the hill. It goes all around. But every winter, snow and tree branches and trees fall. So the whole trail just needs to be gone through with
maintenance.
a chainsaw and a tractor.
Yeah.
And then people can get out here, sign a waiver, and rip dirt bikes all they want.
Dude, that'd be so much fun.
No, we did. It was fun while the trail was open.
Yeah.
We didn't pack it in as good, but I had Johnny Loy out here one time, and Daryl, Dirty Daryl. Oh my God, those guys are psychos on motorcycles.
I bet, dude.
Psychos, like scared the shit out of me watching them.
Yeah.
Shouts
Dude,
out to Johnny.
I watch that stuff on YouTube. I watch a lot of like Travis Pastrana stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, I love all that stuff.
Know,
Nitro
it's-
Circus.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Did Steve-O already come to town and go? I forget what day he was coming.
I can't remember. I think he was like right about now, or maybe this weekend.
Yeah, maybe it just passed on Sunday. I'm not sure. But anyways, we almost got him on the podcast through managers and through people at the whatchamacallit.
Shout out to Steve-O.
Yeah, shouts out to
KVMR maybe.
Jackass.
Jackass.
Anyways,
Yeah,
it would have just been cool to have someone
Famous,
super
yeah.
famous. Maybe not for the coolest of things, but yeah.
We'll have numerous super famous people on.
Yeah. Oh, we got
give
some
us a little
people
time.
coming. I might have to take the podcast to him.
Or we could also set up a Zoom call.
No, I'm not with any of that. Organic conversations or nothing. And I've had some people say that to me. No offense to a couple of my homegirls. One of my homegirls said something about somebody doing a Zoom, and we don't do Zooms, ladies and gentlemen.
Face-to-face.
We're going to do a face-to-face, and we can bring the podcast to you if you are not able to make it out here. That's okay.
Totally.
But we're not doing any Zooms. That's like you might as well just have a phone call.
Yeah,
no need for
totally.
a Zoom. I mean, there's no need for phone call podcasts either. Just unless you're locked in prison and that's your only.
Only means.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, keeping it real. Just keeping it real is a form of integrity. It's a form of being honest with yourself and others, not being fake, not fooling or deceiving people, lying, cheating, and it's damaging. And the opposite of keeping it real is fake, just phony. Like keep those types of people far away from me. But you can see them coming a mile away. They show their true colors. Now let's talk about this. Let's talk about educating them. What could we do to help those fake ass phonies? What could we do to help them? They need some confidence in themselves, and they need sometimes people need, I wouldn't say an ass whooping or nothing, but a hitting a rock bottom. Mm-hmm. Like the people that have their mommy and daddies wiping their butt, have something like that taken away from them, a situation to have them learn, because you're not going to learn when you're comfortable in your diaper.
Yeah.
You're not. If someone's going to change your diaper for you, why would you want to change it yourself? It's like you don't know how to because they enable you.
Totally.
So you fakers, we see right through you. It's transparent. And this is for you. This episode today is for you. Some self-help for the phonies.
And beware, those phonies can be super defensive.
And those phonies can be super deceiving and
That's true, too.
Like narcissist and sneaky.
Good liars.
Good liars and
Be careful.
But there's people that are at war and with each other and in certain ways that affect other people around them.
Yeah.
Stay away from it.
Yeah.
Stay out of people's wars, ladies and gentlemen. Stay out. If it's not your war, if it's not your battle, stay out of it, because you could get, what do you want to call it? You could die in battle, you know?
And the best way to change other people is change yourself first.
Good job, Nathaniel son.
Yes, sir.
That's a good one right there. Say that again.
Best way to change other people is to change yourself first.
Hey.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, straight up. I have to look at myself in the mirror. I have to check myself a lot. And look, the more I focus on me and what I'm doing, I always say this a lot. The more I'm keeping my side of the street clean or paying attention, staying in my lane, the more I am looking Oh my God, I tell Ocean this at the grocery store constantly. I have the shopping cart and she's not looking in front of her anywhere. And she's just about to walk into everybody. And there's the right lane in traffic and the left lane. And I try to teach her that in the grocery store as well as driving.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Ocean, stay out of people's way. Just get behind me or go in front of me. Whatever it is, whatever you're doing, you got to look in front of you. And she'll do it, doing cartwheels, bonk her head into a pole. It's like, when are you going to get to look ahead? Look ahead of you. You're going to, at Ashley's. She goes over to Ashley's and their dog's over there shit in their yard, the front yard or wherever. Like they don't go off into the bushes.
Yeah.
They'll just shit wherever. And it's like, Ocean, look out. You're literally about to step in dog shit. And one day she did. And I was so pissed because I think we were on our way somewhere and she actually brought it into your truck.
Oh, man.
And I smelled it immediately. What the fuck? And I just freaked out. There's nothing worse than the smell of dog shit in your shoe.
Seriously.
And sure enough, I looked at mine. I'm good. And sure enough, she stepped in it. And it's like, ladies, gentlemen, look in front of you. Stay in your lane. Now, if you stay in your lane, you won't go into the other lane and have a head-on collision or a crash. You'll make it to your destination safe.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane. Worry about you. Focus on you and your life and not so much on others and theirs and what they need to be doing.
Exactly.
You know, even if you're a good person and you're in the right and they're in the wrong, you know, calling people out can backfire on you. You know, you point one finger at somebody, there's going to be 3 fingers pointing back at you.
Yeah. Seriously.
So, all right, Nate. Well, you got anything else about this topic, keeping it real, you want to tell the listeners?
I think just reach out to your friends and just be real with them. I've learned a lot from you, man, and I appreciate you keeping it real with me and giving me the kind of criticism I need and the kind of delivering it in the way that I can hear it. I think is a very good skill to have, and I think you do a good job at it, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, I don't think that it's fair. I'm not getting a lot of that from other people until recently. I had and you know who it was. I had a female not necessarily stand up to me, but say shit to me in a way that was like,
Inappropriate?
no, it was like, okay, fuck you, but I did need to hear that. And that's the part where I'm proud of myself, where I looked at that and I didn't look at the other part of wanting to lash out back at that person.
Yeah.
I took that constructive criticism to heart, but she had already blown it by saying other stuff that was her, you know.
Yeah, hurtful.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, disrespect and the just
Yeah.
the pure disrespect, and just coming up with other things too out of the blue, just to, like I said, just to
Get one
to
on,
win,
yeah.
to win,
Yeah.
to be better in the conversation or whatnot. But ladies and gentlemen, focus on yourself. Don't worry about what other people are saying about you or this or that. And
Be compassionate with yourself too.
yeah. Just stay focused and, you know, stay silent. Stay out of the mess. Stay silent. Stay out of it. If it's not going to do anything good for you, that's the part of choosing your battles. Just stay out of it. Don't play into it, you know. And a lot of the time, those fake people, they're just trying to get a praise or strategies to win or cheat.
Have
and
some power over you.
Have power over you, and don't give those people that power. Swallow your pride. Don't choke on your words. Turn your head. Walk the other way. That's the more you walk the other way and focus on something else. That's when that person will latch onto somebody else, and that person will finally forget about trying to torture you or bring you down and sucking off your energy. Because there are energy vampires out there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Nathaniel, you know, those energy vampires are out there.
And as you're walking away from those experiences, just introspect and, you know,
Self-reflect.
I like that.
Yeah.
Introspect and self-reflect.
Nice. Well,
Love you, bro.
anything else you want to talk about? Okay, yeah.
Let's do a medicine
All
card.
right, let's do it. I think we missed the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
All right, keep it real. Keep it 1,000. Keep it 100.
100,000.
Yeah, keep it 1 mil. Keeping it real. I'm keeping it 1 mil. You know the deal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna pull us all a medicine card
For the day or for the week.
for this topic. No. See, like, you're my witness. Some people I don't know if they think that I'm subliminally choosing certain cards. I do not do that, but they just, because they have so much meaning. They make so much sense to everything every time I pull one. They all do. But no, he's my witness that we are shuffling the shit out of this deck of animal cards, and we're going to pull one that fits right in along with keeping it real. This animal,
I'm guessing, is going to be pretty real.
This is going to be a real animal here.
Do you want me to pick one?
Duh.
All right.
Go ahead, Bubba. Don't just pick.
I know.
Just dig in there and get a good one. Oh, shit. We already pulled this one on the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so when they repeat themselves like this, that's like a pay attention.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Okay.
Like a double down.
Yeah. All right. So he pulled the otter again. For those of you that have not heard the otter, you're in for an otter treat.
I saw a river otter one time at the Yuba in like January swimming up the rapids. It was pretty rad.
Okay. So I was hoping to pull something different. I was feeling like it was going to be one of the powerful ones. But you know what? That's when they repeat themselves, when they keep coming back.
Yeah.
That's when you need to pay
That
attention.
just proves you guys that we didn't do this beforehand.
Why
would we ever choose a second card?
Good point, brother. Good point. Okay, so, and that's usually when there's a really important message that I must have missed or we're not seeing. Okay, otter, so playful, coquettes by the stream, the medicine of woman, the realized dream. The medicine held by otter is a set of lessons in female energy. This applies to both men and women. Oh, this must mean that we're getting closer to our lady co-host.
Oh, yeah.
Where you at, lady? We need
up.
need a woman up in here. Okay. The medicine held by otter is a set of lessons in female energy. This applies to both men and women, as all of us have female sides. The otter's hide is very often used to make medicine bags for powerful women because it represents balanced female energy. Otter is very caring of its youth and will play for hours, performing all types of acrobatics. It lives on land but always has its home near water. The elements of earth and water are the female elements. At home in both of these elements, otter is the personification of femininity. Long, sleek, and graceful, otter is the true coquette of the animal world. Am I saying that word? Coquette?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Otter is always on the move and is very curious. Unlike other animals, otter will not start a fight unless it is attacked first. This joyful little creature is adventuresome and assumes that all other creatures are friendly until proven otherwise. Oh, this is tying into this keeping it real shit, all right. These character traits are the beauty of a balanced female side, the side of ourselves that creates a space for others to enter our lives without preconceptions or suspicions. Otter teaches us that balanced female energy is not jealous or catty. It is a sisterhood, content to enjoy and share the good fortune of others, anchored in the understanding that all accomplishments are worthwhile for the whole tribe. Otter people express joy for others. Long ago in tribal law, if a woman were widowed, her sister would offer her own husband to the widow as a lover to keep her from drying up and not using her creative urges. This is otter medicine too. Envy, or the fear of being replaced, has no space in otter's balanced understanding of sharing goodness. Woman energy without games or control is a beautiful experience. It is the freeness of love without jealousy. It is the joy of loving other people's children and their accomplishments as much as you love your own. It may be time to examine your feelings about sharing the bounty of your life with others. Otter may be saying that the finer qualities of woman need to be striving for in both men and women so that a unity of spirit can be achieved. This would involve the destruction of jealousy and of all the acts of anger which stem from that fear. It would mean keeping a hawk eye on your ego and maintaining total trust. It would mean a world full of people coming together to honor the right of each person to be. If you have drawn this symbol, Otter may be telling you to become the playful child and to simply allow things to unfold in your life. It may be time to stop your addiction to worrying. Otter also teaches the importance of not hanging on to material things that would bind you or become a burden. And looking at how you can learn from Otter's habits, you might look at the joyousness of the receptive side of your nature. Have you given yourself a gift recently? Have you received any messages in your meditations? Become Otter and move gently into the river of life. Flow with the waters of the universe. This is the way of balanced female receptive energy. Honor it. In doing so, you will discover the power of woman. In contrary, if the Otter card appears reversed, you may be running from one idea to another without focus. This could also imply that you have forgotten how to receive and are blocking a gift from the universe with your male side. If this is the case, you may be embarrassed to receive compliments, to have someone hug you, or to allow your genuine personality to come out. Fear of being rejected is the contrary message of Otter. Drop the seriousness on all levels and play at life so that the fear rolls off your back. Realize that the only flow is the flow of love from the Great Spirit to you, from you to others, and from others back to you. Now, I don't think that goes well with keeping it real, but it obviously was a message to somebody.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to let that be. But
And I heard a lot in there about keeping it. One thing that stuck out to me was keep a hawk eye on your ego.
ooh, yeah, exactly. That was the main thing I
That's the
pulled
one
out
I
of it, too.
wrote down.
Okay, so folks, keeping a hawk eye on your ego. That's me right there when I start to, like when I just get dressed, right? I used to do this thing in the mirror, my mom, and like as a kid, and I get dressed, I'd be silly, and I'd be like looking at myself in the mirror, got all my gear on or whatever, and I, not being cocky or whatever, but for example, like your ego, that has a lot to do with more than just that, but now, like, I don't even look at myself in the mirror. Like, I'll just get dressed. Like, I'll fight my ego. I'll feel things come on as an ego, and I'll be like, and I'll have to have that self-talk, Hawkeye on my ego. I'll have to be like, nope, I caught you, ego surfacing, and just being aware of it.
Yeah.
Even if it's still occurring, my ego's still occurring in some way. I'm being aware of it, and I'm calling it out. I'm calling myself out, and then sometimes I have to be really intense about it, and then I corner myself. I feel good about it, and then it's like those little devils try to come right back. Mm-hmm. But the more you get used to fighting those devils off with integrity in your mind and your thinking, and then it gets easier and better. Like, man, you couldn't have said it better, bro. Keeping a hawkeye on your ego. What was the other part?
Just, I don't know. There was some other words in there that really made me think about, keeping it real, but I'd have to look at it.
I just figured
again.
keeping it real was going to be like a grizzly bear was going to jump out
sure.
and start roaring at us.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And I liked the whole idea of, just yin yang of that, make sure to acknowledge your feminine side if you're a man.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense too. Yeah, like some men will be like, "Well, I don't have no feminine side," or, but like,
you got to acknowledge your feelings.
yeah, and keeping it real, ladies and gentlemen, we all do have two sides of us.
Yeah.
We do. That doesn't mean that you're crazy, but trying to have a balance with yourself and, I guess, become friends.
Yeah.
Become friends with yourself before you can attempt to become friends with others.
Yeah. Totally.
Keep it real, y'all.
Love you, folks. This has been a good conversation, Ryan.
Yep. Nathaniel-san.
Nathaniel-san, wax on.
Keep it real, y'all. Keep it real, y'all.
Keep it real. Love you, folks.
Don't be a fake ass. All right. We love you. Have a great day. God bless you. And
till the next one.
yep. See you. We'll talk to you soon.